Hello and welcome back. I'm that Jack girl. Today is day 4 of 30 of the Summer Savings Finance Journey, your Summer Savings Finance Journey. Let's talk about it. So, now today, day 4, we're going to talk about a smart plan, creating a smart plan. So, on day 1, we talked about identifying money goals and values. We also talked about creating a financial vision board or a calendar. Day 2, just to recap, we were looking for a financial accountability partner or an accountability buddy, whichever you want to call it. We also wanted to post that financial plan or that financial calendar somewhere where you see it every day, right? On your refrigerator, in your bathroom, on the mirror, at your desk, on your computer, your laptop, things of that nature. Day 3, we talked about prioritizing that debt repayment, right? What does that look like? First, you need to open up those envelopes that you don't want to open. And then also, too, another option was, ordering a free copy of your credit report. We also talked about, a savings plan. What does that look like for you? How much are you able to add to that savings plan? Now, on day 4 of 30, we're going to talk about setting a specific financial goal, a smart plan, right? It has to be realistic for you, it has to make sense for you, it has to be timely. So, we're going to go over that. And we're going to also talk about setting savings goals for the short term, right? You're going to have to differentiate whether or not you add to your savings account or if you add to your savings account for the short term to later then pay off some of those debts. Once you kind of determine what your savings goal looks like, and again, this has to be for you. I mentioned, I guess, just about in every video, the plan that you create, it's not for family members to tell you what plan to create. It's not you creating a plan that looks like your neighbors, siblings. It's for you, it's for your household. So, what does that plan look like? So, let's look at a SMART plan, right? A SMART plan, and this is an acronym for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound, right? So, those are the things that we need to make sure that we're considering when creating a smart plan. Again, your plan. So, setting those specific financial goals. So, could your financial goal be to pay off X number of credit cards by a particular time of the year? Again, it's specific and it's timely, right? It's measurable, it's relevant, right? It has a timing to it. So if your goal is you want to buy a house, and let's just say your goal is to buy that house in 3 years, right? You've set a time frame for yourself. You need to figure out, okay, how much does the house cost? How much will you have to put down? Have you met with a financial advisor or a mortgage lender or maybe a banker or something like that that can give you an idea as to the programs that are available? Now, we can't see what's going to happen in the future, but we can definitely kind of get an idea of what we're working towards. Okay. So let's just say you need to save $10,000. And I'm just kind of throwing that number out there based on the programs that are available for home buyers today. So if you need to save $10,000, let's say in the next 3 years, then you would make sure that you would create a plan that's specific for that home purchase for the $10,000 that you need to save. And also to make sure that you're creating a goal so that you're saving it within the next 3 years, right? That's where the savings account comes into play, right? So when we look at a savings account means something different for everyone. A savings account could be putting your money in the bank in an actual savings account. It could be putting your money into like a short-term savings vehicle, like a CD or something like that. A savings account could be putting that money under your mattress, right? Depends on how you believe a savings account should work. But that savings account should also be a smart plan, okay? Each word represents something specific that a well defined goal should meet. The SMART framework facilitates the planning process by making it more focused, practical, and success oriented, right? So that's with the savings account. It should also be with the SMART plan. Now, we've talked about with your financial goal. Let's just say, that we talked about the down payment. So we gave examples, or we have examples for the down payment. What about if you have a loan balance that you need to pay off, right? So the question would be, again, with that smart plan, are you adding more to that loan payment every month to go towards the payoff? Or are you putting that money aside in that savings account or that savings vehicle, that you're going to use so that you can put a chunk of money on that loan to pay it off? Let's just say, and we talked about in previous videos, you have a renovation that you want to complete in your home. How much does that renovation cost? So you can create a smart plan to kind of determine how much money you're setting aside every single month with that savings account, and then write them down. Put that on your financial calendar. Put that on your vision board. Document your journey, document those numbers, document how well you're doing. As you pay things off and the balances become less and lower, document that. That is a success for you. That's a win for you. So make sure that you keep up with those numbers. And don't forget, no amount of money that you're paying off debts with, the extra money, the extra above and beyond the monthly payment, no amount is too small, right? You're saving for a wedding, you've already proposed or you're planning to propose. And then comes, how are you going to pay for it, right? So no amount of money that you're going to put aside to save, to change the status of your life or your livelihood, or to pay off those debts so that you see those numbers coming down more and more and more. No amount is too small. You could start with as little as $5 a month, or you could start with as little as paying off and focusing on, just like one debt. Get that one debt out the way, focus on the next one, get that one out of the way. Whatever you do, just make sure that you stay encouraged, because we'll get there, and we'll get there together. So again, thank you so much. Thank you for watching day 4, and I look forward to seeing you on day 5. Thank you.